Hi everybody. I'm going to be going down to interventional radiology in a couple hours, and I will be having another tunneled vascular catheter put in. The reason why they are doing this is because I'm going to start plasmapheresis again. I would either start it tonight or first thing in the morning. I didn't want my experiences to go to waste. I want to share them with other people that have similar experiences but don't know what might be happening, what they may feel, or are nervous about going through this. And I had somebody send me a message not too long ago, and they said, I want to thank you for posting one of your vids up about doing plasmapheresis because it helped me understand where it helped her understand where her family member that was getting it done was coming from and what he was feeling. So I don't want my experiences to go to waste. I'm willing to share them with anybody else that may be getting plasmapheresis or have family members that may be getting plasmapheresis. So I just signed the papers and initialed them to get it done. Cover my name up. K. And cover my name up again. And you can see today's date is the 19th. So, I'm just going to read off on what the waiver says. Plasma is a liquid portion of the blood. The liquid portion of the blood is removed and replaced with a substitute solution. What they're going to be using for me is albumin and possible plasma. Now, with each procedure I'm going to be getting done, I'm going to be having 2 liters each time removed. 2 liters of plasma removed from me, and as it's being removed, they're going to be putting back my red blood cells because it is separated in a machine, and as I get my blood back, it's separated, but it's coming back without plasma. But as my red blood cells come back to me, I'm also receiving something called albumin. Albumin is the closest thing they have to a blood product of plasma. It actually is a form of donated plasma, but it's a less higher risk of infection and less like rejection, I guess you can say, because you have possible rejection of blood products every time you receive them. So I'll be getting albumin back and possibly needing plasma as I go through this. They're going to be doing it 3 to 4 days in a row, and then every other day after that. So hopefully this will take my paralysis away, my pain. I get some swallowing back, my dysphagia will go away, and my sensation and numbness will go, is what I'm hoping for. That's what it helped with last time. I don't know what else I should read to you because I just pretty much explained everything. Okay, I'm going to read to you the risks. The risks associated with apheresis procedure include air embolism. An air embolism is when you get a lot of air in your tunneled vascular catheter line or the line that is placed in your neck. It depends on what they're using, and you get an embolism from that. meaning if that air goes to your heart, it's not good. It's just bad, bad. Infection, plasmapheresis does lower your immune system, so you are at a higher risk for infection. Plasmapheresis is right up there with immunosuppressants, and so you are putting at high risk of infection. Bleeding. Okay, so you're at a high risk for bleeding when you get pheresis done. And it could be through the machine, or it could be because your blood is really thin. Now, I had an experience once where I was getting pheresis done and the machine broke and I didn't get my blood back because when they had opened the door, they found blood everywhere. I was not getting it back. So there's a risk of bleeding, and there's a risk of bleeding if you have super thin blood. Citrate reactions and calcium depletion. Citrate reactions and calcium depletion. So when you're getting plasmapheresis done, it takes a lot out of you. And what they can do is they have the bottles of albumin hanging up right under the plasma that's being taken out. And they can inject the stuff. So say your right side starts tingling, they'll know you're low on your calcium. So they'll inject calcium in one of the albumin bottles that you will be getting put into your body, and that helps a lot. Shock. Okay. I did have a shock experience. My very first plasmapheresis. It was not fun, but again, plasmapheresis is actually very safe, but I am at a higher risk because I have multiple problems with my past history of Guillain-Barré, having dysautonomia, a lowered immune system already, and just so many complications already that I have experienced nearly a lot of risks that are stated here. Episodic hypotension. I had bad hypotension. Hypotension is different than hypertension. Hypotension is low blood pressure. Hypertension is high blood pressure. So you do have a higher risk of getting hypotension during your time of getting pheresis done because they are taking blood out of you and putting it back. Again, I did experience this badly, and that's because dysautonomia already gives you very low blood pressure. Mine was so low that I couldn't stay awake during the times that I was getting pheresis done. Loss of red blood cells if the apheresis kit leaks and the procedure is terminated. Okay, yes, I had that happen to me. And other problems, it states. Other problems. And usually when it states other problems, that opens the door for you to ask questions to your doctor, your pheresis doctor, and he'll also form new risks that go hand in hand with your special needs and complications. Like he said, when it states other risks, he said you do have hypotension, you do have a history of bleeding, you do have a history of, infection, a history of lowered immune system, a history of shock. I have pretty much every single one of these on the list. Now, sometimes they give you blood product rather than albumin. This is known as plasma exchange. Oh my gosh, my hair is a mess. So, like I said, I may need plasma during my pheresis. The risk of receiving blood products as replacement can include hepatitis, HIV/AIDS virus, parasites, allergic reactions, prior disease, mad cow disease, HTLV, I2, retrovirus infection, bacterial infections, and other problems. And then it just states, I understand that each procedure will require approximately 3 to 5 hours or possibly longer. For me, it was longer. I have had an opportunity to ask questions about the risks of the procedures marked above. I understand that I may request a more complete explanation from the apheresis nurses and/or a physician, and any questions or concerns will be answered to my satisfaction prior to any treatment. And then I signed my name. I, Christina, have read or have had read to me the description of the therapeutic apheresis procedure and the risks of apheresis and vascular access, and have an opportunity to ask questions. I give permission for any scientific okay, this is what part of my doing, my contribution. I don't want my plasma to go to waste, and like I said, I don't want my experiences to go to waste. But what I can do physically is give my plasma to them so they can keep it and use it as an educational tool. I give permission for any scientific information obtained from my therapeutic apheresis to be used for medical scientific purposes, but understand that all information regarding my identity will remain confidential. I hereby authorize that plasma and/or blood cells removed from me may be either discarded or utilized for research or diagnostic reagents which are necessary for diagnosing others with similar diseases. So someday, and then I signed my name and dated it, someday, if somebody is in a very similar position that I'm in, the doctors come across somebody that's just like me, they can say, we have her plasma, let's take some of your plasma and test the two to see how different they are, or to see and compare the DNA in it, or whatever they want to do with it, as long as it's helping somebody else, or they can use it for research, or they can use it to teach other doctors or nurses or students or whatever they want to do with it, as long as it's being used for educational purposes or helping diagnose other people. So I signed that, and then I signed it, and then a witness needs to sign it, and that's pretty much all. And next I'm going to talk about what it physically feels like to be going through it. So